Welcome to the KeesKast, the official podcast of Keesler Air Force Base. Each month or so, we'll bring you interesting interviews with people around Keesler about topics that are relevant to you. Hello and welcome to the KeesKast. I'm here with two awesome guests, and we're talking about Black History Month. All throughout the month of February, Keesler Air Force Base will be host to a series of different events, and I'm so happy to have in studio today two of the folks who have worked on these events, coordinating them to make them available to all of you for all kinds of great things going on. So let me introduce my guests today. From the 335th Training Squadron, I have Shay Pringle. Hello, Shay.
Hello.
And I have Tech Sergeant Brittany Taylor. Hello, Brittany.
Hi.
Before we get into Black History Month and all the great things that are going on that you've helped arrange, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do for Keesler Air Force Base? We'll start with you, Shay.
Hi. Well, I am a curriculum developer at the 335th Training Squadron. I've been on Keesler 25 years. I was an instructor for 18 years. And so this is, when you're an instructor, you really don't have the opportunity to get out there and put things together like this. So this was a great opportunity to take on. Great.
And Sergeant Taylor, what do you do for Keesler?
I am an instructor over at 335, instructing our brand new personnelists coming out and going out into the force.
All right, great. Well, glad to have both of you here today. You know, like I said, we've got a lot of great events here. I'm looking at the calendar, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I've never, I've been here for a few years, and I always know we have the Black History Month luncheon, but I've never known or seen this many great events going on celebrating, Black History Month during the month of February. So I'm so happy to see so much great stuff going on. So let's go ahead and just start at the very beginning. Of course, if you're listening to this, you might be listening to this. We already have gone past February 1st, but hopefully you're listening to this January 31st or maybe the 1st, so you'll still have an opportunity to take advantage of the majority of these events. But the first event coming up is the Black History Month kickoff on February 1st. Now, this is taking place from 1100 to 12:30 at the Sablick, at the medical facility, at the Base Exchange, and then at the Fishbowl. It's taking place from 1700 to 1900. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what this kickoff is all about and what's going to happen at this kickoff?
So at the kickoff, we're simply going to be passing out flyers so that everybody can be aware of all the events that we have planned. The committee worked really hard to make sure we had enough events and a variety of different events for everyone. So we just want to advertise all the events so we can make sure we get a good turnout for all of them that we've put together.
Got it. So you'll have representatives at these events and just basically handing out flyers, informing people, answering questions about the type of events that they're going to get to take part in. Okay.
Yes, and we'll also have tickets on hand with us as well to purchase for the luncheon that we're going to talk about here later.
Okay, great. And that's the only event. Is that the only ticketed event or any other ticketed events? Okay, great. Well, we'll talk a little bit more of that when we get to that. But again, like I said, a lot of variety of events here. I think what's neat is you're focusing on films that kind of highlight, the achievements of African Americans through history. And the first film that you have scheduled is for 7 February at 17:30 at the Welch Theater. It is Red Tails, Tuskegee Airmen. Now, why was this film selected?
We mainly wanted to celebrate via film, so we wanted to make sure that we chose films that were educational. We wanted to make sure that we also remembered the past and educate. We thought they would be good films for the airmen. Maybe some of the airmen had not been able to see the film, or the Tuskegee Airmen, one of the Tuskegee Airmen, Mr. Roberts, he has family in the area and from this area. So we mainly, that was one of our big deciding factors in that movie, so that we would be able to help the students recognize that he was from around this area in Keesler.
That's great. Will he be at the film showing?
No, he passed away, but we will have representation from the local Tuskegee Airmen chapter that is based in his name.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know when this movie came out, I actually had the opportunity to go to a free screening before it was publicly released, because we were in Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst at the time, and one of the local theaters actually premiered it. So they brought in a bunch of Tuskegee Airmen to kind of be present and also speak. So the last few remaining Tuskegee Airmen were there, and it was just really an awesome experience. Have you seen the movie, Sergeant Taylor?
I have, and I loved
Yeah, it's a great film. It's a great film. A lot of action, but also really great at telling about a true historical event, in an entertaining way. So, can't wait for that movie. All right, and then next up on 8 February, you have a 5K run at the Triangle, so that's good. Celebrating a little bit of physical fitness as well as historical events. That's great.
Keesler has a wide range of people that love to do different things, so we thought we would try to cover all bases.
Right. No, absolutely. I mean, I see a 5K run for like every single thing. Halloween 5K run, Christmas 5K run. So it's like, it's kind of tradition to have a 5K run, to celebrate everything. So glad to have that. Again, focusing on that physical pillar as well as, historical and heritage pillar and all the things we do in the Air Force. That's great. And then on 13 February, we have Soul Food Night at the Fishbowl. And this is for AIT only. So that's Airmen in Training, right? Yes. So tell us a little bit about this event, the kind of food that the airmen should expect, and kind of why we want to focus on the AIT airmen for this.
So, of course, this is a training base, and a lot of the times we always separate the two with permanent party and airmen in training, and we don't like to mingle them together. And when we do things, it's always typically geared towards the base. So we wanted to do something specifically for the airmen. They work hard, they get up, they come to class every day. So we wanted to, focus on them just a little bit and provide them with a nice soulful meal, all things soulful, macaroni and cheese, fried chicken, sweet tea, whatever you could think of. We're probably going to have a little bit of everything, and just so that they can get out there, mingle, and just learn about Black History Month.
Collard greens?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And we're going to play games, do trivia. We have spoken word planned, so it's going to be a good celebration.
That's great. So if you're an airman in training, this is all for you. So go out there and definitely be there for that. All right, awesome. And then on 20 February, of course, we mentioned this before, the Black History Month Luncheon. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about this event, kind of how much it costs and what those attending can expect from it.
The Black History Month Luncheon, it'll be held on the 20th at the BBEC. We have our guest speaker, Major General retired Mark Anthony Brown, who was also a part of AETC.
The tickets are $12.
The tickets are $12.
You can purchase them. We've already sent out the evites for everyone, so they can reach out to myself or Miss Pringle if they wanted to purchase a ticket for them. We also have a few squadrons that have reps that will have tickets as well. So if you want a ticket, reach out. We would definitely appreciate you coming out and celebrating with us.
So if they miss the kickoff, right, they're not there to buy tickets, what's the best way they can get tickets? To just email you directly? Okay.
Yes, email us directly, and we'll make sure you get your ticket.
Right, and you're both in the Global, so it shouldn't
yes,
be too
we're
hard
both in the
to find.
Global. You
Okay.
can find us.
And most of the squadron have POCs within their squadron, so
okay.
we can just send you to your POC as well, or tell you who your POC is if you haven't been notified yet.
Got it. So talk to your chain,
Yes.
see who might be in your squadron, would be your POC.
Or email us, and we'll let you know who the POC is in your squadron.
There you go. Okay. Expect a bunch of emails now.
Absolutely.
That's great. Obviously, Major General Brown, he has a history with this base. He was the 2nd Air Force commander as well. But was there any other key factors that went into making him, choosing him to be the speaker, or was just basically his locality and his history with the base?
And so many great things said about him as a commander here, as leadership, as his role in leadership and everything. So, and in support of Black History Month before and things. So a lot had to do with that.
Great. And do you have a sort of preview of what he's going to talk about? Do you know his theme, or is he just going to come over there and speak about?
The theme for the Black History Month events is the Black Migration.
Okay, great. Can you talk to us a little bit about what that means?
Well, the Black Migration, it's centered around how African Americans relocated from the South, where they didn't have a lot of opportunities, job opportunities, opportunities for them to progress in careers. So they migrated to up north, where they could do different things. They could embark on different career opportunities for them. So it's all about them migrating to create a better future for themselves and their families.
Okay, great. And the very next day, you'll have another film. This will also take place at the Welch Theater at 17:30. And this is the film 42, Jackie Robinson. So tell us a little bit about, again, I've not seen this film myself. I know what it's about. Jackie Robinson, of course, the famous baseball player. Why was this film chosen? And, what do you hope to convey with it?
Well, I was born and raised here, and baseball has always been a big thing. We always took part in baseball. I even played baseball. So, and we have a local baseball team. So with that, we decided to go with the Jackie Robinson film in celebration of Black History Month. As I said, we're going to celebrate through film, but we also wanted to also celebrate and educate. So we wanted to choose something that was kind of locally affiliated, and we have our team here, the Shuckers. So we just tied it all into that. We have a guest speaker coming out, Barry Lyons from the Shuckers.
Oh, great.
And a couple of more representation from the Shucker, people representing the Shuckers will be out to speak to the airmen, answer questions, and things like that. So
well, that's really neat.
These films are open to the base. They are free of charge. So we welcome you to come out and have a good time and bring your kids out. The children are welcome to come. This is open to the base.
That's great. Well, I hope you have a really great turnout. And have you seen 42?
I have. I went to see it with my dad.
Oh,
it's
great.
a good movie as well.
Yeah. No, I've heard great things about it. I'd love to see it. Who knows? Maybe I'll show up there as well and check out that. And that's great to integrate the community as well. That's a really strong priority the commander has, and enriching communities. Yes. So anything we can do with bring the community on base, with time with the Shuckers and whatnot, I think that's an awesome experience. Who knows? Maybe we can do something at the Shuckers Stadium in the future. Maybe a film premiere over there in celebration of Black History Month. Although that might be a couple logistics hurdles in there, but awesome. Well, coming next is 25 February. You have a let's see here if I got this right. Overcoming Adversity Roundtable, and this is going to take place at Welch Theater from 11 to 12:30. What is this roundtable all about? Who do you have? Who are your guests? And what are they going to be discussing?
So with our roundtable, we're talking all about how we can overcome adversity.
We always face adversity. Everyone faces adversity, and it's something that everybody could relate to. So we're going to be talking about that. It's a brown bag lunch. Bring your lunch, and you can sit and listen. We plan on making it very interactive. We have some of the prominent leadership on base that will be coming out to talk. Colonel Lawson being one of them. So we're going to have a good discussion. Bring your questions. You'll be able to ask questions.
And your experiences.
Right. You want this to be about personal experiences
Yes.
in terms of how you've faced adversity and how have you overcome that.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great. Okay, and the final event for Black History Month is the closeout celebration, which is going to take place at the Dragon's Lair at the BBEC following our monthly promotion ceremony. What's going to happen at this event? Is it just a party, or is there sort of an agenda to it?
The closeout ceremony is to basically highlight the month of events. Everyone may not have been able to go to all of the events, but we will have photographs. We will have different things, just highlighting the month as a whole. And also, you can come out and see everyone. It's going to be more like a fellowship and a celebration and a closeout. We'll have food there and base leadership. So just come out, and we're just going to highlight the month, all the events that took place. We're just going to recap.
And you're already going to be there because it's the promotion ceremony. So why
That's
not?
right.
Just come upstairs.
That's right. Just take the elevator or walk up the stairs.
Absolutely.
And come to the Dragon's Lair and enjoy some refreshments.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Great. And celebrate Black History Month. That's awesome. All right. Well,
It's one thing we forgot to mention. Along with the luncheon, we will be having an Black History Month Expo. So there will be some small businesses set up that you guys can come and make purchases. It'll be in a different room, but right close to where the luncheon will be held. Also, if you're a small business owner on Keesler Air Force Base and would like to be a part of this, please feel free to email myself or Sergeant Taylor and let us know, and we'll get you all set up. It is free. There's not a fee to join or anything like that, and everyone is free to come and make purchases. Whether you go to the luncheon or not, you can still go to the expo and make purchases.
oh, great. So what does Black History Month mean to you, Sergeant Taylor?
To me, Black History Month is a time that we all can sit back and reflect on everything that the African African American descent have been through, how we have overcome adversity, how we have pushed and grown as a culture, and just moving forward, and not only focus on things that have happened in the past, but how can we move forward as a culture and just become better people all around.
What does it mean to you, Shay?
Black History Month is just, it gives us a time to celebrate the progress that we've made, give us a time to recoup, look at the past, celebrate the past, and celebrate the present, and celebrate the future. It gives us a chance to just fellowship and grow, continue to grow, and just highlight. I think one of the big parts is education. Highlight education about, a lot of people. I had students all the time that didn't know anything about Black history or Black History Month and things like that. And I think it's a good time to just, highlight history.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming down to the KeesKast studio here in Wall Studio. By the way, if you're looking to get your voice, get your notifications, get your information out there via podcast, please come down to the KeesKast studio here in Wall Studio. We'll be happy to sit down with you, talk about anything that's going on that you think the Keesler-based personnel have to know about or should know about. Again, ladies, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Great. Hopefully we'll have you on next month for that celebration, right? You're going to be handling that, no? You did such a good job with Black History Month. It's going to be Women's History Month, Asian American History Month, everything. So,
take it
all right. That's right. All right. So again, this has been the KeesKast. I've been your host, Captain David J. Murphy. Thank you all so much for listening. See you in the next one.